On.
Sorry, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Serge, you didn't put the sound on.
There we go. My man.
Spasiba.
Pajolsta. Das Vidania. Let me see if I can go double live. What happens on a double live?
A dub? What, like PB and then
The show?
Run it.
You guys feel free to tell me what happens. Okay.
Just don't invite it. One phone.
No, I'm not.
How many grams?
How many grams?
All Instagrams. I love it. All right, buddy.
Did you already block somebody?
Buddy.
You're not blocking somebody already, are you?
No.
Okay. Cool deal. Questions? Throw them up there, guys. And yeah, I got to eat this meal before high noon. So as you ask questions, I got to get this meal in. But I can explain what my meal is to you guys. So power bodybuilding, we talked about that and we started up yesterday. And today was that arm workout. And we're working on some crazy cool apps. Well, not that, it's a new app with incredible percentages. Will you hand me that other black one? Black tripod. Also, yeah, thank you. So I got, I will get this up here for you guys to take a look-see.
Recovering from mercury poisoning from tuna.
Wow.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Who is that? It's amazing. I've never had mercury poisoning and the amount of tuna I've eaten. But again, everybody's different. So, you know, somebody can just have one meal a day and suddenly in a week they have mercury poisoning.
Crazy.
I would do 4 meals a day for 6 weeks. I almost said 2 weeks. It was 6 weeks and no problems. Doesn't mean you should do it. It's not what it says. Just like, do I take days off? Listen to the video.
Mike never takes days off. I've never seen him take a day off. He keeps telling me to look at the video, but I see it as a person, guys.
And jeez. Oh. All right, guys. I'm going to do from the main as well. And Jeffrey, you just work over the top of this when you get your stuff.
Let me open that.
Feel free. Feel free. I have going down. Let me give it 1 second. Almost there, guys. IG, make sure that you put your questions in the box for questions.
Question box.
Do you see that pretty easily when you're on here?
Right there. It's a little icon right next to where you guys type. There's a little question box. Hit that. Type the question. Or spam chat 900 times with your question.
Yeah, or do that, right? I guess that's one way to do it.
It's one way to get blocked. And what is going on, Mike?
All right, post-meal, I have a 10 ounces of salmon right here. I have 3 ounces of avocado and 1 love cup of rice right here. I have overnight oats. I'll have a couple of these bad boys a day, usually before and after workouts. I have 50 grams of carbs, another 50 grams of protein. That's it. Great meal post-workout. The calories are moving quickly upward, and the body is retaining, which is, again, why you want to reverse out on the nutrition plan. This one's working great. I'm absolutely loving it, how well it's working.
Have you ever heard people talk about, when you're eating a meal, don't eat carbs and fats at the same time. Either do one or the other.
Yeah, I heard that.
I've been seeing that on the TikTok a lot lately. What are your thoughts about that?
I've seen people say that. I've seen people say, don't eat your carbs and proteins together. Eat your carbs before and after your workout, not your proteins. I've seen all those kind of things. You know, it's the don't eat carbs at all, the fasting, the don't eat until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's so many facets to it. I guess I am lucky in the sense of just eating balanced and consistent every single day for so many decades, to where I got to win the universe and have this physique and keep the strength and keep this longevity, true longevity of youth. Prior to all this, all the noise, all the misinformation, all the hacks, the science and the hacks on how to get in shape and stuff. So I was lucky enough to do that, to where when they talk and they say this stuff, I get to go. Yeah, good luck with that. That sounds like a smart way to do it. So
you also mentioned magic word. You said consistency.
Yeah, it just comes down to the most basic stuff. Just doing the same work every day and piling it all on. Oh, I am way too quick on that. You don't even know that. You don't know that. All right, so you guys rock and roll on these questions, man. We're ready.
Tennis elbow, best way to avoid, please.
Make sure to keep working around it, getting the blood in there. And then look into peptides. Look into those full amino acid lineups for the body, for the elbows, for the joints and ligaments. 100%. Yeah, on any of those kind of things. Great question, because so many people have issues like that.
Yeah, they do. A lot of injury questions right now.
I love it.
Chest exercises for people with shoulder problems.
Yeah, just make sure that you're going to have to find that position that works for you.
Right.
But keep working in there. How'd you hurt your shoulders? Or was it just time? But yeah, you can work around shoulders, won't do in chest.
Yep. So just keep working through it. Like this guy asks, if I get to a point where the shoulders feel overused, is backing off the only way forward?
I would, right? Yeah, if you feel like your shoulders have had enough, I'd take a day. Take a day.
Mike wouldn't take a day. Mike doesn't take a day off, by the way.
Do as I say, not as I do.
What's the lowest Mike weighed this year? What was the lowest movie weight?
I broke 240.
240.
I got to 239. But that was
For 6
an
months.
extreme diet for 6 months, to a last 3 days of, man, I was down to, but if I say this, they're going to go, oh, that's what he does. It's like, yeah, it was an extreme.
And then you stayed there for 6 months.
So, yeah, that's the other one that comes to. Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good afternoon.
Oh, I'm too quick on this stuff. Oh, dang. What do you got?
Jones, you know the answer to this one. Mike, is cardio essential in trying to lose fat, or can it be done just as well with a good diet? Is cardio necessary, in your opinion?
I would use it.
Ooh, Mike's throwing curveballs at you guys. Clip balls.
Yeah, I would use it. The way the question is formatted, I'm going to assume that you're thinking over a long period of time, but you never want to try to diet for a long period of time. And I've already said that, you want to try to diet for 12 weeks and then stop, come out. So that's what I would do.
When did Mike last eat McDonald's? Have you ever eaten McDonald's?
Yeah, that's McD's nuts.
Do you recommend meal replacement bars? And if so, what kind? I haven't gotten that question before.
That's a good question. Yeah, protein drinks, meal replacement. If you're in a bind, you didn't prep the meals and you're on the run and there's a store there and you can grab some of those. Yeah.
Joe Hearn. Happy birthday,
What?
Charlie Kirk.
Just leave that up there for a bit. Leave that right there. How was your Columbus Day, Mr. O'Hearn?
That's right.
How did you white people enjoy your Columbus Day? You know this guy's a colonizer.
That's a purebred colonizer
right there.
Right there. Do you take creatine, aminos, and L-glutamine all year?
Yes, all year. You guys do too, though, right? Most of you guys take the creatine, the glutamines, the aminos all year long, right? Hey, Joe, this drone, if you're still there, the one drone with the bum leg or wing, I guess you would call it, we're gonna try to get Titan to get out there and see if he can't get it up and then smash it. Get him completely over the phobia of drones. Yeah, I agree with you. Creatine is a must, right?
Guys, look, hit that plus button right there. Hit that plus button, and then you hit that question button. That's for any of those questions.
Yeah. So Instagram, just FYI, on IG is easy. This cat can see this stuff, but I can't. So yeah, it's really up to you. Will you send
Oh, yeah, we got a bunch in here.
Send the link over to Titan Medical. Best memes ever. Holy cow, those memes are still going. Holy cow. Amazed.
Ingrained.
Hey, everybody here, let me know how much creatine you're taking a day. So you guys know power bodybuilding is pretty much 2 workouts a day. And I have taken already 30 grams of creatine. New York City here. They getting it, Jeffrey? They doing their thing?
Yeah, these kind of questions, though. Do you think the loss of bioavailability of protein in raw eggs is worth the ease of eating a lot quickly versus cooking them and getting all of the protein?
Good luck.
Yeah. That's
He sounds really smart.
How do you structure your meals daily?
Well, it's not daily. The meal plan is set up for the next couple of weeks, right? Until my body tells me if it's working in the right way or in the wrong way. The other guy goes here. He goes, eggs is eggs. Thank you.
So you don't wake up in the morning and go, you know what? I'm feeling pancakes. And then the next morning you go, you know what? I had pancakes yesterday. I think I'll do a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You can do that. You can 100% do a macro-based type meal plan. You want your 200 grams of protein, let's say, another 200 grams of carbohydrates and 100 grams of fat. And then you can play with it each day and go, today I'm going to have pancakes and take up all my carbs in the morning and then spread out the protein. You can do that. I don't, just like this egg question this guy did. Mm-hmm. And I can use that as a metaphor on this. The guy is talking about the bioflavonoids attachment of the protein intake on the eating the eggs fast compared to cooking them. It's like, what? Just eat your eggs. Just eat your eggs every day. So I just do the basic meals each day, which is like a program in weightlifting. So I can calculate if I am changing correctly. So for me, I think the only thing I would say that is so science-based is that I'm so precise. So my meal plan is set up and my training is set up. Now, if I am moving in the right directions in 2 weeks, my body is burning, I'm still crazy lean, but I'm not putting extra strength on, then I know that I need to take the calories up, right? But if I'm 2 weeks in and I've gained 5 pounds, but the strength's not up, okay, hold on now. Now I'm over. Now I'm starting to fluff up. The strength needs to go first before that weight. And the reason why, again, is because your body's recovering from that deficit I was in. So those are some of the things I look at, and that's why I'm so precise on it. And it's so much easier to be precise and already have it up. And then also, I just don't have that kind of time. I don't have an hour to wake up every morning and go onto the computer and calculate out how am I going to get my carbohydrates today, my protein today. I got a piece of paper that's right there on the refrigerator, says what my meals is, 1 through 7. That's how it is. Done. I eat it. I don't give it more stress than it needs. I give it no more time than it needs. And then I get my meal in and I move on. That's basically all I do. That's what I recommend. I recommend this too, to get to that level, like I would say, like Mark Bell has. Mark's a great example. Mark got enough muscle where he's happy. He got lean to where he's happy. And now he gets to have fun with the food. And he gets to play with it every day. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. Because he got there. Now Mark is a rarity in the sense of what society is. I don't know if all of you that are watching this today are satisfied with your muscle size, your leanness, and everything. So I would wait. And a good example of that is this guy right here, Big John. Big John is a great example of somebody that sets up the meal the way he really likes to do it. And then he just kind of eats the same similar meals throughout the day. He doesn't waste tons and tons of time trying to analyze and make up a whole new diet every single day. You can crank this if you want. Which one? Go a little bit more. I like this guy's voice.
Yeah. I mean, it's so. Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I mean, for me, eating is definitely something that I don't want to overcomplicate, right? And that's why I eat pretty much the exact same things every single day. I know what I'm getting in. I know the counts. I know where I'm around. Even if I have to step outside of those, those food groups, I guess, like when I'm traveling, right? Like it's almost like a curveball because I don't bring my meals everywhere that I go, like on the go. Like if I'm outside the airport, I will. And usually when I'm getting on a plane or something like that, I might have like something prepared meal wise or some sort of snack that's going to get me by when I'm traveling. So, like for instance, when I was traveling this time, I'm like, all right, well, let me try this magic spoon out, right? It's a cereal. It's got protein. I'm like, all right, it'll be like a little snack for me on the plane. So I ate before I got on the plane. Right before I left for the airport, I made sure I had 20 ounces of steak. I had, a baked potato going to the Olympia, right? And then when I got on the plane, it's a 4.5-hour trip. So when I got there, I was like, all right, I've got like maybe an hour and a half to check in until my flight takes off. I could get a protein shake from the airport where I can just hit real quick and then eat some protein like cereal on the way. So that's kind of what I did, and I think it's easier that way. But right when I got to Vegas, I mean, the food's so good there. Like whether it's in your room service or you go out, I mean, you can get some really, really good quality food, meats, and all kinds of other things out there. So, it's all about being consistent. I think that's the big thing about it.
I think Jeffrey's a good one here to pull Johnny on a couple of
Are we
those
frying up
questions.
that bad?
It's a little bit freezing, but I think the freezing is not coming from you. I think it's here. I don't know if you can hear us well, but yeah, sorry about that, guys. The little
Yeah, no, I
freezing.
can hear you. I know we're hardwired in here.
We have some crazy
You're fine.
weather out here in LA, and the rain is playing with the lights and
Downpour.
yeah, we got a little downpour. So just be patient with us today.
Gotcha.
Jeffrey, I think a good question was the breakdown of the eggs and see what Johnny's take on that is.
Oh yeah, let me find this one again.
And then the other one was besides eggs on the aspect of
Injuries?
no, well, yes, that's a third one.
Yeah.
Very good point. Very good point. Yeah, I wanted him to talk about elbow injuries and tennis elbows. But the second one is food again, about the macro. Wasn't it kind of like when you get up in the day, how do you calculate out your macros?
Right. First, let me find this
The first one's about eggs, Johnny.
egg question. Basically, it was something about like, is there a difference
So
in the body
you
ability of
can do
eating raw
two
eggs?
different things, right? As far as eggs go. No, you're not. I mean, you're not getting anything different. I mean, raw. I mean, you look at the old Rocky movies. Obviously, some of these old guys were they were putting like raw eggs or eating raw eggs down, no problem. There's not an issue with that. I know guys that still do it today. Would I do that today? Probably not. I mean, there's a chance to catch salmonella and all that. At that point, you might as well cook them. Two different ways, right? Like you can get regular eggs, boil them, just eat the egg whites or eat the full egg, right? And then they have like egg whites, like they have like what a company called egg whites, right? Like liquid egg whites that I know some people get into and they utilize that. So, it really is up to you. But I would go with the regular, if you can cook the boiled eggs or scramble or however you're going to get them, do that. But I would do hard boiled eggs. And what I do personally is I'll get 10 hard boiled eggs, right? And at that point, I'll eat maybe one or two full whole eggs. And then the rest, I'll do the egg whites. And then most people are like, well, why? And I'm like, why don't you just eat all 10 of them? Well, I probably could. You could be pretty full doing that. But, people are like, well, what about the cholesterol factor? Now, there's good cholesterol in eggs too as well. There's a whole bunch of different minerals, vitamins. I mean, all different things in there. So it's good things that are in there. So don't say, hey, listen, I'm just going to disregard all the yolks. I would definitely have at least one yolk if you're eating 10 eggs, 10%, maybe 20% of that. And then you're going to be good, right? Like we know the protein just out of those 10 egg whites are going to be awesome. And then having some more vitamins and minerals in there too as well is only going to set you up for success. I think that, not getting too overcomplicated and sticking to those old things, meat, eggs, dairy, I like to a certain extent, it's something that I would stay with. So, people give eggs a bad rep. I don't think eggs are bad at all. Eggs are definitely good for people, and definitely a good protein factor in there too as well. Even if you just want to eat the egg whites.
Have you heard that eggs get a bad rap? He talks to a lot more patients than we do.
I mean,
so,
I've always heard the old cholesterol. You eat too many eggs.
Right. Okay.
Cholesterol. I've always heard that
okay.
one.
Isn't the new phase right now, the new hype is about steak and eggs are the best thing?
That's a big kind of wave. Yeah.
That's kind of a wave right now, right?
It's a good wave.
Do you hear that, John? We hear that a lot right now.
Yeah,
I have the steak,
doing the steak,
and eggs
and then some
really,
fruit.
Johnny, you are still cutting in and out from our side.
Yeah.
So be patient, my friend. You guys at home, feel free to ask in here and talk. For us, I love eggs.
Yeah.
I am.
You know-
I can hear you. It's starting to come through.
Okay. Yeah, I love eggs. I love. I think eggs are.
So
tremendous.
steak, eggs, obviously, and fruit, whole fruit is a good winner. I mean, across the board. I mean,
I like the idea that he said fruit.
Yeah.
I like that he said fruit because
better
most
off getting
people.
your nutrients from other foods, avoid the cholesterol. Like, so the cholesterol is not bad though. When we look at it, we look at eggs. I mean, you got good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, and we're talking about good cholesterol. That's one of the ones that you could raise HDL with to a certain extent. I mean, avocados, which I don't like avocados at all. So if you're an avocado eater, you want good fats, that's a good one for you. But I mean, steak and eggs, dude, that's your amino profile, protein. I mean, think about it. Your good fats. I mean, when this guy talks about cholesterol and cholesterol being bad, well, where do you think testosterone stems from? It stems from cholesterol. I mean, we got to have some cholesterol in our body to a certain extent, right? Not getting rid of just all cholesterol. So, I mean, I think it's a winner. There's a lot of people out there that don't want steak. I even seen Schwarzenegger talking about the other day. Even though he eats like 70% vegan now, right? He'll eat plant-based and all that. He still gets steak in, and he was talking about it. So there's there's a good thing with eating lean cut proteins, right? Like that's the key right there. Lean cut proteins.
I got a question for you, John. I don't know if you read something on there, or Jeff, did you read something on there that somebody said that egg cholesterol is bad for you?
No, that
Okay.
was just
That's just
a
a
common
statement.
thing. I've heard.
Okay, yeah. I think, the educated people realize that your brain functions off of cholesterol.
Yeah.
Also, you do need cholesterol in the body to help function correctly. So, yeah, the
Right.
whole hype of and again, remember that, especially here in America, the people that run the FDA, the people that run the nutrition guidelines and stuff are all absolutely slobs. So yeah, that's not who you want to talk to your cardiologist if there's a concern for you. But again, if you're 20 or 30 years old, just like a lot of these trainers are telling you, you shouldn't even be panicked about cardiovascular in the sense of going out and running every day or cardio work in the gym. You're young, you're vibrant, enjoy. Don't stress so much. Because again, at the end of the day, that stress is the number one killer. Johnny, let's lay in that question about the tennis elbow. A couple people here have injuries or the beginning of tennis elbow, some other terminologies for that. And they want to know that and shoulders.
Yeah.
When they're feeling taxed, should they take off? What should they do? What is your protocol? And what do you deal with when you work with people around the United States?
Sure. So, tennis elbow and golf elbow are very, very common. A lot of people get these things, right? I've got these things, so I understand the pain and some of these different issues and restricting, and I mean, it sucks, right? Like this sticks around. Like tennis elbow is something that sticks around, 4 to 6 weeks, maybe longer for somebody. And it's debilitating in some aspects. Even with golf elbow, where they're like just putting their elbow, like, let's say they have the SUV like on their middle console, it hurts to do that, right? So BPC and TB500 are the best ways to be able to heal these things real quick. You could use it for both of these things: golf elbow, tennis elbow, tendinitis. This is another one right there, right? And when we talk about like tennis elbow, we're talking about almost like the grip strength. And the way to do that is to really strengthen your grip, and that will heal that a lot quicker. That's the real way to do it. And you don't want to restrict it. So the first thing that usually I see people do is I see usually people get a brace and they put it over, the restriction of their elbow, and they leave that brace on all day and all night. So yeah, it might help it feel a little bit better, but at that point, you're kind of restricting the blood flow to get to the healing portion of that. It might be needed to stabilize if you're training and stuff like that, but train smart and not stupid. So if it's hurting real bad, yes, get some blood flow, get the movement in, but don't go crazy on it. I mean, you got to let it heal to a certain extent, or it's just going to feel worse, or you might overcompensate or hurt something else. So at that point, get blood in it, do the exercises, do the movements, just at a lighter weight, and then you'll be okay. Like BBC and TB500, if you start utilizing that, usually 2 weeks is what somebody gets, and they're usually feeling a lot better, and they're like, okay. Usually in the first week or so, they'll start getting some relief, on being able to do daily activities. Because summers, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had tennis elbow or golf elbow, Mike, but like it can definitely hurt. Like even doing movements, little movements, like it's just crazy. So, the biggest thing is grip strength on that. So, strengthen your forearms and everything like that, and your grip strength, and you won't get it as much. I see a lot of people, they get it with doing reverse curls. It's because they're compensating over and in the wrist, and they've got enough strength to do it in their biceps, and they're doing it with the wrist. So just be smart. And that should heal it, no problem. You should be fine and be on your way to training again like you want to.
Here's a good question from IG. It goes, what are the most common causes of tendon tears, and what can I do to reinforce my ligaments and tendons?
That's a great question. Good job on that. And that's on IG?
Oof,
Yeah.
Tendon tears. I don't know the most common thing for tendon tears. Obviously, it might be like explosive bursts. I mean, it could be a number of different things where that can happen. How can you be proactive to help those connective tissues? That's where BPC and TB500 come back into play. These are not just used for injuries, but they're used to prevent injuries too as well, and to help recovery. Increasing blood flow to those areas too as well. That's where the magic happens. So these things are great for inflammation, to get rid of the inflammation and to increase blood flow, helping to prevent, strengthen those soft tissues and connective tissues, and at that point, hopefully preventing the injuries.
From my side, the major cause of tearing muscle or tendon is the overstrength, the imbalance. So you got to just remember that the connective tissue moves slower as you build. And so, you can get in the gym and you're training, you're building these muscles, and that's great and stuff, but your ligaments are a little further behind. And so just be patient sometimes, and I think that's one of the biggest things. I was lucky enough to extreme and push my strength to such a high level so young. And then I just I didn't coast, but the muscle strengths never went above the ligaments. And so I think it's one of the biggest reasons why I've been able to do what I do. And that's why I say to you guys, when you're young and your body's functioning, do not touch anything. Mm-hmm. Do not touch anything, because then what's going to happen is your muscles are going to get so big and so strong so fast, and your ligaments are going to be left behind. And then you start popping things like all these youngsters do, and you just destroy the body at a young age. Save that lottery ticket for later on in life, or check and see if you're one of those youngsters that needs something. And then talk to these guys over here at Titan Medical, and they'll be able to tell you, are you overtraining? They'll be able to look at that blood work and tell you that. They'll be able to tell you, is your cholesterol good? All the questions you're asking right now. This guy can read that and dissect it and get back to you and say, hey, here's the right way to move forward. Great question, guys.
Guys, what do you think?
That's what happens, though.
Jeffrey's got another good one.
Oh, what do you guys think about CJC, ipamorelin, or IGF-1LR3 from the gram?
I'm going to let Johnny run with this one.
Yes.
Will you put that up there? Or that's from the gram?
Yeah,
that's from the gram, my friend.
Sure.
One more time.
No problem. Yeah. So really, I mean,
or write it down on
CJC ipamorelin versus IGF-1LR3.
Or
with, or is it or?
It was just a blanket statement. What do you guys think of CJC / ipamorelin or IGF-1LR3? What are your thoughts on both of those for people that don't know what they are? what they do, etc.
Sure. So CJC with ipamorelin, they're both growth releasing hormone peptides. They're usually put together in the same vial, and at that point they work synergistically together. And what do? They create a greater pulse, more volume of pulse. And what that pulse does is it goes up and it goes to your pituitary gland and it creates more of your natural growth hormone. The natural growth hormone then goes into IGF-1R3 once it converts in the liver. And from there, you get all the great benefits of anti-aging of growth hormone, right? For skin, for hair, for nails, for more cellular development and lean muscle, metabolic movement, as far as, losing weight, all around just a better longevity, a better recovery, and a good overall anti-aging therapy. When we talk about IGF-1R3, IGF-1R3 is different in the light as it doesn't naturally raise your growth hormone level. IGF-1R3, the best way I can describe it in layman terms is if you're going on a race, and let's say you have the race with growth hormone, IGF-1 skips and goes from the starting line to the finish line. There is no conversion in the liver.
Just
And
right
it
to it.
hits you directly right away. Okay. Giving you all the great benefits of IGF-1, which is growth hormone that's converted. And it gives you all the great benefits of building muscle, losing weight, better overall anti-aging, hair, skin, nails. So it's just a shortcut to what's going to happen in the process with CJC and ipamorelin. That's what it does. You can't stay on IGF-1R3 for long extended periods of time. With CJC and ipamorelin, you can stay on that for long extended periods of time. But you can always change up on these too as well. For example, you take IGF-1R3 for 60 days, and then you go on IGF-1R3, for another 60 days, and then vice versa. CJC, LR3, CJC, LR3, and you keep changing it up. This also can be used together if you want to, but like I said, for IGF-1R3, you got 60 days. But what you could do is you can inject IGF-1R3 pre-workout or even in the morning, and at that point, get that hit. And then at night, use a CJC and ipamorelin and get another hit and boost of your natural growth hormone while you're sleeping. So you can get the best of both worlds. So you can use these singularly. You can use them together. It's really up to you. But you're going to have to rotate them if you do that. If I had to say which one is better, John, well, I would use IGF-1R3, but it's good for 60 days, right? So that's more of a short cycle type thing where I would utilize that. I think IGF-1R3 is a winner. I mean, it's going to help with a lot of different things. So using it, I don't know anybody that doesn't like it. CJC ipamorelin, same thing. But will you see a quicker effect with IGF-1R3? Probably.
I have a question for you, John. So right now, and feel free to clip this, Jeffrey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're clip ready.
So John's talking about a couple different things to boost the body and get the IGF going. So my question to you, a twofold question. By doing something for 60 days and then switching to another, or like you said, suggest maybe do one in the morning before training and one later. Now, would I go back to my blood work and see how that blood work number looks during this time to kind of go, hey, my IGF is like at 250, 300. This is, I guess, would be considered really good. Can I stay doing this? Or if it's at 150, what would you say to the person? What are the two sides of that? And is blood work going back and just kind of, making notes of it and find out where you're at? Are those good things to do?
You can, absolutely. You can look and see where it's at, like in the middle of. I mean, when you're on both those things, you should be popping. I mean, CDC and IPA are going to raise it. IGF-1's a more short burst, right? Even though it stays in the body for like 24 hours, they say half-life wise, like it's pretty quick. But you can utilize both. And yeah, you could definitely test 30 days, 60 days in if you want to, for sure, and see where it's at. I mean, some GHRH peptides work a little bit better than the other ones do. Well, I would say like testosterone might work a little bit better than CJC and ipamorelin. It's a little bit more costly though. So, it's really on the person, what they want to do there. But I mean, there's other options where you can even mix hexarelin in there or MK or just like or masamorelin. That's another good one. That's an oral that doesn't stimulate the hunger like MK. So there's definitely different options. And at that point, you can test and see where these things are at, and you can see where the other things are at too as well. But
Let
I mean,
me
for somebody, I would say, listen, give it at least 90 days. I would say a test.
I think this is great. I'll keep going on this question because it seems to me there's a lot of information you're given just about this one aspect. And so for me, I'm trying to just grasp all I possibly can. And it seems like for me, myself, this has nothing to do with you guys out there watching this. For me, myself, I would love to know, okay, I did this and this is where my number's at. And I'm writing this down. And this is January, let's say, beginning of the year. I want to get in best shape of my life. And I find that I'm at 200 doing this, one of the options that you have. And then 2 months later, I try something different. And then again, I follow up 2 months later and I try something different. And then I technically could go back here and look at it and go, you know what? I had the best results doing this one here instead of maybe one of the other types. And then I myself would fully understand, not just reading the literature, but also understand what my body prefers and likes. Or would that be something that you would recommend to somebody possibly do? Or should they just go, whatever you say, I do it and go from there?
No. Listen, I'm all about testing. I'm definitely all about testing. I just, there's not a lot of people out there like to go do blood tests like we do. That's it. Like they're more, it's for us. I mean, I want to dial people in to the T. So I'd like to see what's working, what's not working, what works better, what doesn't. So at that point, like it's up to the patient. We would like to see more blood work, but if the patient doesn't want to do the blood work, we're not going to force them to do it. But we would like to see that, and I think that everybody should want to see exactly what's doing what in their body. So if you're running something, you can see exactly how it's performing or how you're performing, how you're looking.
I like that idea, and I know that it seems like it's the blood work that we're doing, but for me, I guess I just kind of like, if I can learn how my body functions just a little bit, then maybe I'm a little bit better in control of my life instead of just throwing darts at the wall and not knowing the response. And so that's why I say the idea of maybe writing it down and doing the blood work. Maybe I can become intelligent enough with my own body that I could go, hey, I know that you recommended this, but I saw a better benefit doing this. Can I try this one now? And I'm just saying to you people out there, I know that you guys ask some questions and stuff, but I recommend kind of jumping in and being responsible a bit instead of the old school. You go in there and, the family doctor, he tells you, you're fine, go away. You don't need a colonoscopy for 20 years. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Right. I know my family, it runs in the family. And so, man, for me, I'm going to do it every 3 years. I think that same approach works really well with optimizing your body. And the great thing is the blood work, inexpensive. And it takes 15 minutes, so it's like, that can't be it can't be somebody saying, well, I'm not going to do that. Why? It's 15 minutes and it's inexpensive. It's less than a dinner out. So my recommendation is do that. And then also, and just also like I love that Stan and some of the other real intelligent guys that I really love their point of view on things. Is at least where your bottom line is. Where is those healthy numbers for you individually, and then see what you can possibly do. Because I think everybody here today wants to be in shape. I'm hoping you do. I think that's why John and me have you on here, and that you guys want to try to do this. So that's one of the things. Let's go for another question. Johnny's absolutely on fire, and I do not want to waste this time.
How do you fight off the nighttime snack cravings?
Oh, Johnny has it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, there's a couple different ways. I mean, we have a couple different options as far as, some different things as far as weight loss, or even tesofenzine's a good one. Tesofenzine's a good one. Huh? Tesofensine is a good one. It's an oral therapy. It's great for curbing the appetite. You know, if you're having it at night, this is another good one for that. That can help do that. The other things, like I said, we've got the other GLP-1 therapies too as well. But I don't know if you're just looking for weight loss or just trying to cut the carb or the sugar cravings at night. You know, when you're going through the day, right, and maybe you're in a deficiency or you're not getting what you should, your body's going to start craving these things and craving them. And then if you eat any of it, you're just going to go crazy and eat the rest of it, whether it's cookies or whatever you're gorge on. I think we're all, I don't know about Mike, but I think we're all guilty of it. I've been there. I think other people have been there for sure. You think you're going to get, all right, all right, I'm just going to give in, just eat a little bit. And then you go and you eat like 10 cookies. So I've definitely been there. I know Drew's been there. I know everyone else has been there, but at that point, yeah, tesofensine is a good one for sure. The other ones I would do, GLP-1s, those are really good. That would what I would do for late night snacks, like if you're trying to curb.
So, Johnny, you hear me okay still?
Yep.
Okay, so I think the whole excuse about, sorry to say this to everybody, I know this is going to shock you, but the whole excuse about going to the fridge is out now. Titan Medical can help you curb the appetite. So that whole excuse, I'm sorry to be the guy that brings this to you, you can't use it anymore. Okay, there's enough stuff out there that keeps you healthy, but also keeps you moving forward and not cheating on your diets. So that's got to be removed. All right. Now, if you're one of those late night snackers, I know, man, when I diet, I am hungry for anything at night, but I have pretty good discipline and self-control. Lucky. Not saying you don't have that, but sometimes you want to slip. Call Titan Medical and talk to them and tell them about your cravings. So
Retatrutide, you can microdose that too as well. That's a good one. Then you won't like curb your appetite completely. You'll be able to eat, but it will curb it a little bit as far as those things. And it's good. Like those things are even like as far as like anti-addictive properties, drinking, smoking, overeating. You know, these things, it usually curbs some of these different things and some of these different things that are reward signals basically and dopamine. So at that point, you know, that's definitely another good one. Retta is another good one that you guys can utilize a microdose and be able to gain muscle and to be able to lose fat, and your body starts working more optimally from the inside out. So it's another good one you can look at.
Mona's got a great question here for you. Matsi. Okay. That's always a great, I hear great things.
Yeah. So thoughts on Epitalon and Matsi. So Epitalon I talked about a little bit last week. Epitalon is like a longevity peptide. And this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. I'm starting to see it a little bit now, but this has been around for years and years and years. And we've been prescribing this for years. I don't know if we have Epitalon anymore, but there's another drug. It's called Pinel. And at that point, it's the exact same thing. It works a little bit better than Epitalon. But what it does is it extends telomeres. And we have these things called telomeres. And you can look them up online and see what they look like. Really cool shape. But we have these telomeres. And as time goes on, these telomeres start shrinking down. When these telomeres shrink to the end, that's when like genetic onslaught of disease comes into play, right? Something that's unlocked in maybe your DNA or your body that at that point registers and says, all right, well, it's time for you to get a disease. And this is what could come of it, right? So that's one aspect of it. So that's a longevity one. You would take that, you know, that's like a maintenance thing. That's not something you would take year around. Matsi is, they say it's exercise in a bottle, right? And that's what this is called. Do I like to say that? No, because I don't want to be like, all right, well, you're just going to exercise by taking this. No, that's not what it means. But what it means is this. It basically speeds up the metabolism to the point where your body thinks it's exercising. So it's racing, but you're not racing. So this is something that can be utilized with a cut or even just to stay lean. It's a really, really effective one. They do it by injectable. There's a lot of patients that utilize this, and you can even stack this with other medicines or therapies too as well, like Retta or any of the GLPs or ECAs or any of that. It's another good one that you can take and utilize. It's more a little bit on the expensive side, but it's pretty effective as far as that goes.
I'm looking over on IG. knee injuries, asking
Yeah.
BP 157. Good. I think that's common knowledge now. This is a go-to. I love
EPC and TB 500 for sure, and even mix in with like growth hormone peptide or IGF-1 in that as far as that goes for healing, for sure. You know, we always talk about the healing peptides, but raising natural growth hormone levels in the body helps for recovery too.
What would be something that you would do if you had an injury right now? Is that your basic three that you would probably shoot into
So
something?
if I had an injury, yeah, those are the three. If I could pick four, I would do what I would do in my four. I would do maybe five. So this is what I would do if I was healing or was getting over an injury. This would be what I would do. What's that?
If no number, as much as you would want to for an injury, because I think like most people, I want this injury to heal.
Perfect.
So if there's not, if there's 10,
Perfect.
you know.
So I would. This would be my dream team. This would almost be like the Fantastic Four for you. So what you would do is you would do TB 500, BPC 157. You would do IGF-1R3, testosterone, and the fifth, if you had it, you know, if you want to add that little bit on, and we could help in this case scenario with this medication. If you were getting done with surgery, have a chronic injury that we can have documentation with, I would do maybe 10 milligrams of oxandrolone too as well. If you're on testosterone, you're not going to crash your testosterone levels. You have the documentation. You just had surgery done. This is what I would do. The four I would do right out of the gate without documentation: BPC, TB500, IGF-1R3, and then testosterone. What I would do is BPC and TB500 in the morning. I would do it at night, split that dose. And at that point, I would do IGF-1 in the morning. And then at night, I would do testosterone. And if I had the other option of the fifth, then at that point, I would take that in the morning.
I'm going to pull Jeff in here real quick because we had some football players over here and they were talking about recovering from injuries. And it's interesting. They were on the same playing field as your thought. You want to take that?
Yeah. We were hearing from a bunch of NFL players about how use of those peptides and oxandrolone in a low amount can really help players that are suffering from really bad injuries, lots of injuries like that.
Yep.
And so it's great. It's always great hearing it from you, though, from a medical perspective.
Somebody asked if I'm eating farm or wild salmon. Jeffrey, you'd know better than I.
Eat the cleanest one.
You eat the cleanest?
Yeah.
I don't think, John, you're not a huge salmon guy, right? You're a steak man.
I'm a steak guy, but I'll eat salmon. I like fish. I like some fish for sure. Shouldn't sea bass, I got no problem with fish. It's just I'm really picky about where I get the fish from, I guess.
I guess that's
what I meant.
That's what you meant.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Jeff was saying that Costco's salmon is delicious.
Tastes amazing.
And mostly, I do Icon salmon or Costco salmon, which is farm salmon.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So tasty.
John, are there any peptides or BPC, for example, do those, or are there any that help with repairing damaged nerves?
Oh,
either from a pinched nerve or maybe post-surgery, anything, in helping the nerves kind of come back for somebody that's lost sensitivity or they've just been damaged?
That's a good, tough question, man.
So I've been looking into this, obviously, with Mona's shoulder and everything like that. I've been kind of like trying to go to that rabbit hole for her. NAD is what we usually do for people who have nerve problems or MS, things like that. But I don't know of any specific peptide that deals with nerve repair. Not yet.
See, I would say the first thing is take care of what's causing the pinch. And then from there, exercise and everything. And it seems like then than trying to get rid of some of the
BBC and TB500. You definitely want the inflammation to go away. You know?
right, right, and the pain is going to help with some of that pain and the inflammation. Maybe glutathione to
For
bring
sure.
that down. But just for anybody out there that's dealing with that,
Absolutely.
And it kind of ties into this guy's question. Are there peptides to treat herniated discs?
yeah, you know, it's
So it won't fix a herniated disc with BBC and TB500. That's what we usually get patients for herniated discs, and they do get some relief from it.
Mm-hmm.
that's great insight, guys. We're getting deep into this today. I love it. Andreas, you have any questions today?
What is
Yeah, me
we
too.
got another one here on IG. Fenugreek. Is fenugreek better at managing high estrogen? What about fenugreek?
Fenugreek.
Fenugreek? What's fenugreek?
I
I
don't
haven't heard of
know.
it. Let me look at this. What this is?
Maybe
I'm gonna-
you spelled it wrong also.
I'm gonna go off.
The only things that I usually hear that people try to use.
Well, they're searching. We have a question, a statement here on the questions. Cardio every day after workout is underrated. I don't know why it is always looked down upon. This was a question here from a guy named Major John, something like that. Well, actually, that's not true. In no world.
Yeah.
You got to keep in mind that cardiovascular is a tool to use if you're trying to do two things, right? You're trying to take down body fat, and we already know the studies, both the gym rats and the science all agree that when you continue to do something, the benefit from that deteriorates. So you do an hour of cardio January 1st, you're getting a little of that work when it becomes December after doing it for that weekly, daily, yearly thing. So use the tools properly. And Johnny was just talking about peptides, and they're talking about just the changing of this basic tool that can be used. Lifting and food is all the same thing.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing. Your body will come adapted to it. So use it when it's necessary, take care of it, and then move on from that. You don't stay in a strength program all year long. You know, you let your body come down,
Right.
deload, come back off, change it up. And cardio is the same thing. So I'm sorry, it gets a bad rap because you're looking at it is the solve all your problems. I always do cardio afterwards. So yeah, just FYI. Go now. What was your guys' question? You two were studying up on a name of a product.
Fenugreek, and they were asking about if it's
fenugreek.
yeah.
Guys, this is not going to stop estrogen. This is not going to like lower estrogen. Like I wouldn't use this, and I wouldn't use DIM. I see providers out there still using DIM. DIM on paper looks like, hey, this is going to work very, very well for a patient that has high estrogen levels. I'm telling you, every patient that I've seen, and I've seen a lot, take DIM, it has the most craziest rebound effect on their estrogen that you've ever seen. Like it boosts it up. It's nuts, guys. What I see with people that use DIM with testosterone. So I wouldn't use that. And I would use fenugreek. I mean, I see on here it's supposed to help with like glucose too as well, and all these things. I mean, I'm not saying it might not help, maybe a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be to the effect that it's going to be highly effective. I think it's going to be a low effect, if anything, if you get any effect out of it.
Okay. Are you good with that answer, you guys? Because I want to talk about this one here. I got Arch. He's 14 years old. He's currently bulking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Good one.
this is great. He's 14. Just the concept that he understands what bulking is. I love it. Everyone calls me fat. How do I ignore it? It's pretty hard on me. I think this is a great one because this is going to come back to who you're listening to, right? The noise of the world. Do you guys have anything for this kid?
Sure. 14 years old, man. Hey, listen, it's a higher pressure scenario where you're at. You're probably just getting to high school or you're in 8th grade, and and social circle. I know that as a kid, and it's not easy, especially with social media and all these things today. But listen, you gotta if you believe and you want to do this, right, then you have to believe it, and you might have to do that journey by yourself. And everybody might be telling you or yelling at you or calling you names or whatever it is. If you know what the path is right and you're believing in that path and you're sticking in it, I mean, don't let anybody put you off that path. I say it all the time. Like, you know, when I created Titan, when people told me I was crazy, and this never going to work. I mean, if I were listening to people, I wouldn't have been here. You know, I mean, like, same thing. Like, people that do great things, like, people tell them all the time, you're crazy. Like, this is never going to work. That's the whole point of it. Like, you know, like, if you're going to do something that nobody thinks you can do, then you got to do that, right? And put it all in. So, if you understand what balking is and you understand how to lift and all these different things, then you're going to get a hell of a result. You're going to, at 14 years old, I wish I was thinking like that. I wasn't thinking like that at 14. I was an athlete. I was trying to run and do all these different things. I wasn't balking or have the information that I have today. The information you have out there today, you can do a lot more with. So I would just, you know, I would stay the course, man, you know, at that point. But like show them the results. I mean, if you're bulking right now, I mean, that should be what, for 12 weeks or a little bit longer, I guess, where you're going to do it. You don't have to even stop, I don't think, at 14. You can just keep growing and growing and growing. I mean, think about it. You get, you know, I don't know what your height and size are right now, but, you know, you keep growing, man. Your genetics, like, you're feeding it, right? You're like a tree. You're growing, and you're going to keep nurturing that tree and keep growing and growing and growing. So, you know, at the end of things, you know, even with people that might not be popular in high school, whatever, later on, some of those people might be the most popular people out there. So, like I said, I wouldn't worry about what anybody says to you right now. They're more insecure about themselves if they have to start saying things to you.
I love that answer. And I agree. In 3 years, you're not going to hear from these or see these kids again in 3 years. And here's the great thing. In 3 years, you are going to be a completely different human.
Yes.
You know, you're focused on your health. You're 14. None of these other kids, not even the football players, are sitting there so focused on going, I'm eating right, I'm doing this. So you stay your course. And it's a great thing when you got that kind of grit. Here's something. I would rather you get that noise now and start to live with it and deal with it, because being able to control that noise and it not affect you, oh, you're going to be a savage in life. That's what changes the majority of the successful than none. The ones that can handle the heat and the negative. Keep going, kiddo. I'm proud of you, man. And I'm gonna take this and put this on my stories. Just giving you a shout out, my man, today, because I think you are the Titan of the day. You're 14.
Ooh, nice.
So I think you rock and roll and get it going. So at some point here, you and me get a workout in. All right. Great job, kiddo. Proud of you.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Jeffrey, what do we got?
On IG, is MK677 a scam?
No.
Wow.
It's not a scam. You know
Wow.
what?
Let's just
I guess-
favor that. Let's not respond yet. Let's just.
I mean,
And
you
there's
know,
people in chat saying yes, it is. Following up on that kind of question.
Wow.
listen, this is what I would say to that. The answer to that, I guess it really depends where you're getting it from.
No, good point.
Well, that's a good point.
Because if you get it from Titan, I can guarantee it's not a scam. You're going to see it on blood levels. You're going to raise IGF-1 levels, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the hunger effect, anything like that. If you're getting it from research chemical or whoever the hell else is out there that might be having it, that you can just buy it online and it gets sent to your house without any prescription, without seeing a provider or anything like that, you have no idea what you're getting. And a lot of people always report back to me like, man, like MK didn't do anything for me. And I asked them, I said, where'd you get it from? And they tell me it's from, you know, some research chemical site or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's why. You have no idea. I'm like, did it give you any hunger? No. I'm like, well, that is not MK. Because anybody that takes MK, real Morton, they're going to get that hunger effect. They're going to get it for sure. It'll lessen over time, but they're going to get it for sure. Like, I don't know, from old schoolers to new guys, I don't know anybody that's ever told me that. And when I took it, man, I'm telling you guys, you better be ready, because you're gonna get the hunger effect.
The two things I would add to that is, for you individually, get it from Titan Medical. for your training partners, send them to someplace online. And that way you keep getting stronger and they keep getting more confused. That's fun. Remember, play jokes on your training partners. Replace the protein with flour.
That's awesome.
Do that. And then also, I recommend all of you do more rest days for a week. Yeah, that way the gym is empty for me to train. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, rest days are good.
Oh,
Sorry about that, John.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing, but yeah, MK, that's such a man. It's one of those.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's like BPC and TB. It's like, wow, why wouldn't you be doing that?
Yeah. I didn't even think about John's response. Because it could be fake. From those
That was a great point.
I mean, for those places, you never know what you're going to get. It's like Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get. So, I mean, you can take the risk and the Russian roulette of it. Yeah, I guess it only costs you $50 and you have no idea, but it sucks. It's nothing. It's a dud. So, you know, I mean, you spend a little bit more, you know what you're going to get, and you know you're going to get the result.
I have a couple questions. I can't answer these. How to be funny and how to be handsome.
So you got both of those in the bag.
Well, I mean,
Because
no world
Mike is a joker. And look at this guy.
Yeah,
you don't age.
I am not in any way funny to get a girlfriend. Dude, some of you guys, these questions, go over to a guy we have called Bobo. He will help you with any girl problems or to get girls.
He's probably in chat right now.
Yeah, he's probably in chat right now trying to do this, and he's not in shape. He has the option to go to Titan Medical, and he refuses. He wants to be heavy. Yeah. You got to do this. Here's an interesting one, and I kind of like this, how he put this. Do you see the one where he says, number one rule, guys?
No, I just see one from Ed Cohen that says, "Hi, little Mike."
Okay, no, Ed Cohen can call me little Mike anytime. He's seen me naked. And you can feel free to clip that one and put that up. This guy says, the number one rule, if you're not horny, you are not healthy. That's funny, but it's also slightly true, correct?
It's slightly true for sure. Like, I mean, horny and getting erections. So at that point, like, you know, you should be getting more erections if you have good testosterone levels, it's flowing really good, blood flow is good in your body, you know. So yeah, that can be a determining factor. I know guys though that have, like, I don't know if they have libido, but they can have sexual relations, like erections and stuff like that, with low testosterone levels. But when they get the testosterone up to where it needs to be, like, the libido factor comes back, like really, really want to do it a lot. So yeah, I mean, I think to a certain degree, yeah, that there's some truth to that for sure. I definitely think there's some truth to that.
I like that. I like that he said that. It at least does this, you know, because everybody's different. Like Johnny said, just great point. And we were just talking about Bobo. I think his T level's like 50, and he's probably the horniest guy. You know, he's like a rabbit.
Yeah,
this guy. But that being said, yeah, it's a good sign to go get blood work at least and see what's going on.
I would no matter what.
Ooh. Here's a tough one. Because I think we just talked about MK, we just talked about BPC. What is your favorite peptide?
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite peptide? I'd love to go down the line with all of you guys here. What is your favorite peptide? Jeffrey, you want to start us out? What's your favorite peptide?
Kidding me? Just
This is such a hard.
And it can't be a sexual one.
This is a hard one. This is a real hard one.
I was going to give you a hard one, but
well,
just for me, the old TB BPC is tried and true Wolverine. I love it.
Johnny?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely that stack is definitely one of them. That or Tesserone. Those two.
All right. I'm going with MK.
If I had to have one or the other, I guess I would do BPC and TB500, just for injury protection, prophylactic. You know, if I had to pick one.
All right. And I go MK, the one that we were just talking about before, because when I am strong, I am happy. So that makes everything feel good. So it's kind of a wild thing. You know, your strength is up, you feel good, you recover well. I think it even helps if aches and pains and stuff. I think there's a nice benefit to that. It's almost like if you guys ever go in to do squats early in the morning and you're very cold and not warmed up, it's a little achy, right? No matter what age you are. But by the time you've done your squats and you go up to whatever amazing weight, you walk away from the bar and you're just like, I feel 15 again. I feel like I can get out there and I can roll and do everything. And I think that's how I think MK makes me feel when I wake up in the morning. So feel like a bull. Great question.
That's the best way.
Is there a peptide I can give my wife to up her libido?
Oh,
absolutely. PT141, guys. PT141, guys and girls. It works on the nervous system, works on the brain. It's going to create true libido effect. Wife is going to be round for it. You're going to want to give it to her. And at that point, you both are going to be happy.
That's a great one, guys. Is it a shot? Is it a pill? How can you get this? Is it a cream?
Yep. So, you can do it by injection twice a week, or you can do an oral form. We have it for all our patients nationwide. Just call or text us. There's no blood work that's needed. Fill out the new patient paperwork. You see our provider via telemedicine. You see it on your phone. You can have it and be able to utilize it. It's very simple, very easy to get.
Jeffrey, we also take a picture of the one guy that said, if you are not horny, you are not healthy. Because I think that's a great one for people out there. Box. And I think put that on the story and just say, hey, this is a great insight to blood work. You know, we're just going to IG. You guys are killing it over here. But Johnny, if you see something, you let us know. I see
this guy. Frosco Training says you don't need any peptide. I'm 46. I don't need any. I feel great. Listen,
that's awesome.
That's great that you feel great at 46 years old, right? And if you're going to sit here and tell me that you can't improve any way, shape, or form at 46, or you can't prevent things in the future, or at least give your body a way better chance to do it and slow things down, and you're going to say no, I mean, why? Is it just because I want to be like this, or I don't need it? And that's where, being a little bit open-minded just to look at the information before it's just closed down. If you can sit here and tell me you know every peptide and you know exactly what every peptide does and this and that, and you're educated on it, and you're like, no, I don't want to do any of these. I just got to ask why. Like, is there a reason why? It's because, well, I don't feel like I need them, or I just, I want to be better. I'm 44. All right. So you're 2 years older than me. Mike is 57. So he's killing both of us. All right. Killing us. Like, we're in the grave already. So at that point, like, to be to that level, I don't know if I could do it without some of these peptides or whatever it is. Like, as I'm aging, I eat really good. I train as much as I possibly can, even with injuries. And that doesn't mean that I'm guaranteed to feel great the rest of my life. Like, so being able to utilize the tools that we have is not a dumb thing. It's not an ego thing. It shouldn't be. And it shouldn't be like, well, I don't need this or not. Like, it should be like, hey, listen, if I can improve things and improve quality of life and the body that I'm living in, the only body that I have, then I'm going to do that. I mean, that's just smart. There's nothing that's a negative thing about peptides. If you're going to tell me, well, I'm 46 and I feel great, I don't need tests or hormones. All right, cool. But I would definitely look at the peptides. I wouldn't cut it off or be closed-minded about things that can actually help big time.
I'll probably go another way than Johnny on this. We'll give you a couple different angles, my friend. Frosty Training, is that what it is? Fresno Training?
Frosco
Training. First off,
beautiful.
I
mean,
beautiful.
I mean, you're saying good point, and people don't need it, but like a lot of people do. How many people have injuries alone? Just dealing with injuries. Shoulder injuries, that's the most common thing for guys, bench press and all that. So majority of people, I'm talking not even 30s and up, I'm talking about 20s and up. That's just one peptide, or two if you want to name BBC and TV500. So at that point, like, we really need to look into these, and it's going to help a lot of people, not just some people. That's all I have to say about it. It's better than the alternative, which is Western medication, where at that point, like the guy was talking about his wife. Well, at that point, the same thing as PT-141. It's a peptide. So I don't know. Either way you want to go, I think peptides are a big thing that people need to utilize and not look at it as like, oh, these are a bad thing, or if I take these, then it somehow changes the aspect of me being natural and not natural, or however you want to turn that aspect.
I'll be like, Mr. Training, congratulations. That is awesome. You're 46 and you don't need it. But also at the same time, I think that statement's interesting to me just because everybody's different, right? You're probably just an amazing 46-year-old that's at the pinnacle of the world of 46-year-olds, and you're one person that doesn't need it. I'm assuming you're just stating that for yourself and not everybody's you, right? You're probably a trainer, sounds like, from the name there. So you're probably working with a lot of people. My recommendation is team up probably with Titan Medical for those people that do need it. But congratulations, you are an animal, 46 years old. I wish I was like you. But I'll stay in my lane and do my thing. I appreciate you, brother. Do you got a real question after that one? I don't need it. All right, cool, man. Proud of you.
Good,
And that's why your picture's there.
It's hard to go up against Mike, man. That guy's one of the strongest guys I know, and definitely longevity's there, man. So aesthetically and strength.
You know what I got to say about this weekend? And I said this yesterday. When you cut that video together, I sent you the one video to use, the audio. Truly impressed by so many people that came by the Titan Medical booth this weekend, and the stuff that motivates those humans to be, first of all, everybody that came by the booth, thank you for standing in that line. I know it's long, but I do not rush anybody. Your conversation with me means the world to me. So thank you. So, you know, and for everybody else to see that and say something when you got there, like, hey, we like that you take your time with people. I appreciate that as a professional in this industry. But your stories about me saying the oddest things that triggered something in you to get you to drop 150 pounds, 200 pounds, 50 pounds, to be a better father. Wow. In no world did I ever think I'd hear something that Michael Hearn motivated you to do that. I am flattered and humbled. But you guys really, unlike this guy that just said, I don't need anything. Yeah. Great. I'm proud of you. But what we're doing today is we're trying to talk to people to see if we can help somebody. And those people that came up in the line were all those kind of people that were very open. I'm not the best. Let me see if I can learn something. Let me see if I can find some kind of positivity talking to John and Drew and Renee and Mike, and be open to see what's there and what I can do to get better. So that's one commonality with everybody that came over, was willing to learn. You know, coachable, they say, right? And you're an athlete, you know this. Are you coachable?
Absolutely.
If you're coachable, you can change and get better. So I just wanted to say that. I love that you guys are on here wanting to get better today and learn something. Take the notes, right? You know, Johnny and I were saying, and about Johnny's talk about the IGF earlier. Johnny's not going to be available 24/7 for everybody. His team is, but take notes on this stuff that we're doing here that Johnny's given us, because this stuff is gold. It's Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, man. You got a golden ticket. You got him talking to you, telling you how to do this stuff. Right. And right. Man, I had the most amazing dinner with him and his wife up there, and just talking about and looking at them going, these two are just killing it. Just killing it. They look great. They're on point. They're eating healthy, even though you guys could have ordered anything you wanted. And you guys are just still eating healthy at the Olympia.
Yeah. I mean, I love that food, man. I love the way that I eat. So it's not like it's not a chore, I guess. I guess some people it's a chore to them because they can't eat the same thing, or they can't eat bland, or whatever it is. The blessing for me and Sharice is that we eat the same. Like, we came in eating the same. I mean, she had a lot more garbage than I did in the beginning, so I had to get her off that. But you know, I mean, when we eat out and stuff like that, steak, chicken, or good foods, you know, I don't know. I guess if you work as hard as we do, we want to eat as good as we possibly can. It's kind of like if you got like, you know, a supercar or even that nice Mercedes S Class, you can't go to the gas station and give it 87 unleaded. You have to give the 93 octane, or it's not going to perform like it should. You're going to putter down the road and you're like, what's going on with this amazing vehicle of mine that's just a pure machine, right? Performance machine, and it's not going to do what it's supposed to because of that. So think of it like that. If you want to think of it like a car, you can think of it like, hey, listen, am I going to put that racing fuel in me, that 93 octane or higher, or am I going to put the bare bones garbage in my body and hopefully it'll do okay?
I got some rapid fires for you. Do you have a
Okay.
moment just to do a couple
I
rapid
got
fires?
as much time as you want, Mike. You know that. Let me do this real quick.
Let's
Ah!
save the camera.
I want to bye-bye.
That's a good angle, though. Okay, we're going to do a couple rapid. Better at managing high estrogen.
Okay.
Well, that would be blood work. So the first question for you, Johnny.
Yep.
Better management for high estrogen.
All right, better management for high estrogen. One, you got to make sure you're consistent on whatever you're doing. So if you're taking testosterone or anything else that's converting any other anabolics or anything like that, you need to know what that is first, right? And where it's converting to. So some people are more sensitive to conversions. So at that point, like, you know, somebody can be on, let's say 160 milligrams of testosterone, 200 milligrams. Not everybody's the same. One person might convert very fast and a lot more. So their estrogen's just through the roof. Another guy doesn't convert as much, right? So there in hand, you would have to look at how much aromatase inhibitor are we going to give somebody. You know, it could be 0.5 3 times a week. It could be, you know, 1 milligram 3 times a week. It really differs per patient and, you know, what compounds they're doing. So most of the patients that are here are taking testosterone with like enclomiphene or HCG of some sort. And at that point, when they do that, like we have them dialed in right off the bat. If you're taking a aromatase inhibitor and then you start seeing symptoms, this is what I would do. I would blood test free and total testosterone and estradiol. I would do that right when you get on, and then I would do that like 30 days afterwards. Make sure you're dialed in. And at that point, if you're dialed in, be consistent with the medications that you're taking, and everything will be okay.
I like that. I like that.
Best peptide for leaning out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got to go with the GLP-1s. They're the peptides. Retatrutide would be the best. If I had to say something. If I was going to do a growth releasing hormone peptide, it'd be testosterone. Would I like to take those two together? Absolutely. I would want to take a GLP-1 with a GHRH peptide. But if I had to pick one and you were talking about weight loss, I'd have to pick retatrutide.
All right. All right. Finished out, Jeffrey.
Retatrutide, we got that. We got Motzi.
He's got a lot of good ones here.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Got any opinions on AOD?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one to finish on. AOD.
Like AOD, trying to get it back in injectable. So AOD is a great one. AOD is something that you can utilize, and what it is it's the cut short sequence in growth hormone that creates a weight loss effect, lipolysis and lipogenesis, or lipolysis. And at that point, what happens is you're destroying fat that's there, right? And you're utilizing the food that you're intaking as energy instead of storing fat. So it's got two really good things that it does. Burns fat, stored fat, and at that point utilizes the food as energy and not storing fat too as well. So really, really good. I'm trying to get back in the injectable. We have the oral that a lot of people use, but you know, at that point, the injectable I think is a little bit better. Oral works great for people, but this is a good one. It is a good one to use.
We'll leave you there, Johnny. Hey, sorry for holding you over, my man. But you
No problem.
you hit it. When you're on, man. I don't want to stop you.
I'm ready. I'm ready at all times, bro. I appreciate you guys.
We might have to double up this week. Give these fans a little bit more.
You tell me when. I'm there.
Oh, geez. I didn't hit chest today. What's going on? Oh, that's the MK right there. Thank you, MK. I got these bad boys going. I should have made some money at my OnlyFans account. Holy
I
cow.
just put on a show, bro. A show.
Is Andreas there?
He is. He's behind the computer.
What's up, Mike?
Thank you for this weekend, man. You absolutely crushed it and got so much stuff, and I appreciate you jumping in there with the camera and getting all. I can't wait to see what you guys put together.
Oh yeah, we got a ton of content, guys, from Olympia. Get ready.
And then I will talk about me and Eric sat down for a bit outside. So I guess.
Oh really?
Go live.
Yeah. So yeah, go live with it. Yeah. He didn't want to just let me walk out. So
I was going to ask you, did you like what I did with the bullhorn?
I didn't. I do think that, and I texted Kenny KO and I go, "Why you blew an opportunity there?" Because I thought, obviously, the conversation was about Kenny coming aboard and possibly doing something there, and
yes.
then he goes off onto a tangent of something else, and his the ego of, hey, when I maybe I'll do that and I'll talk about that later. Like,
no,
kid, I don't care.
The way you left that was so G-like, dude.
I was like, dude, you got the wrong person. I don't care what you do. I'm just staying here because I think it'd be funny if you come aboard. But yeah, if you got an arrogant attitude, I'm out. The interview's not over, son. Shh.
It's over.
Class is over. Class is over. Man, I love it, brother.
I love it.
All right, let's definitely try to
later
this week.
You tell me when, man. I'll make it happen. I got John tomorrow a little bit in the afternoon, but that's it. I'll make it happen, dude.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you guys soon. Thanks again.
Later, guys.
Whoa! Oh! What? What? Out. I'm back in. He's out. He's back in.
Oh.
Peace out.